Revolving Light, Social Security 2026, the birth year mistake costing retirees thousands of dollars every year. Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today's discussion could be one of the most important retirement updates you hear all year. Because right now, across the United States, millions of retirees are unknowingly losing money every single month. Not because they failed to work hard, not because they made poor financial decisions, but simply because they do not understand one critical fact. The Social Security rules that apply to you depend heavily on the year you were born, and that single detail changes almost everything. It affects when you can retire. It affects how much money you receive. It affects how large your monthly benefit check becomes. It affects whether you qualify for special opportunities, and it even determines the financial risks you may face over the next several years. The reality is that two Americans can spend decades working similar jobs, earn similar salaries, retire at roughly the same age, and yet receive dramatically different Social Security benefits for the rest of their lives. Why? Because they were born in different years. Most people never realize this until it is too late, and once certain Social Security decisions are made, they cannot easily be reversed. That is why today's video is so important. By the end of this presentation, you will know exactly which retirement group you belong to, what opportunities may be available to you right now, what mistakes you must avoid, and what actions could potentially increase your retirement income for years to come. So make sure you stay until the end, because every age group faces different challenges and different opportunities in 2026. Let's begin. Group 1. Americans born between 1943 and 1954. If you were born between 1943 and 1954, you are currently between 72 and 83 years old. Most people in this age category assume that their Social Security planning is finished. After all, they have already retired. They have already begun collecting benefits, and many believe there is nothing left to optimize. But that assumption may be costing thousands of dollars. One of the biggest hidden issues affecting retirees in this age group involves survivor benefits. Across America, countless widows and widowers continue receiving their own retirement benefit, even though they could potentially qualify for a larger benefit based on the earnings history of a deceased spouse. Many people never request a detailed comparison from Social Security. As a result, they may spend years receiving less money than they legally qualify for. The shocking part is that a simple review of both benefit records could reveal a significant increase in monthly income. For someone living on a fixed retirement budget, that additional income can make a major difference. Another important development involves public sector retirees. Teachers, police officers, firefighters, federal workers, and many other government employees. For decades, special rules reduced Social Security benefits for many individuals who also received government pensions. However, recent legislative changes have altered that landscape. As a result, some retirees have already seen larger monthly benefit payments and even received substantial retroactive payments. Yet many eligible individuals remain unaware that their records should be reviewed. If you worked in public service during any part of your career, verifying that your benefits were properly recalculated could be one of the most valuable financial checks you perform this year. There is also a third issue that deserves attention: Medicare premium surcharges. Many retirees experienced unusual income events in previous years. Perhaps they sold property. Perhaps they withdrew money from retirement accounts. Perhaps they received a large one-time payment. Those temporary increases in income may still be affecting current Medicare premiums. As a result, some retirees are paying hundreds of dollars more every month than necessary. The good news is that certain situations allow these surcharges to be challenged or adjusted. For retirees living on fixed incomes, the savings can be substantial. Group 2. Americans born between 1955 and 1959. If you belong to this group, you are currently between 67 and 71 years old. And this may be the most misunderstood age category in the entire Social Security system. Why? Because many people incorrectly assume that everyone has the same full retirement age. That is simply not true. For this generation, full retirement age gradually increased depending on birth year. A difference of only a few months may not sound significant, but those months can permanently affect retirement income. Many Americans filed for benefits slightly earlier than their designated retirement age without fully understanding the long-term consequences. Even a small reduction applied today can continue affecting benefit checks for decades. Over a lengthy retirement, those losses can add up to tens of thousands of dollars. Another major issue affecting this group is the earnings test. Many retirees continue working while collecting Social Security benefits. When earnings exceed certain limits, benefit payments may be temporarily withheld. Unfortunately, countless retirees panic when they see those reductions. They assume the money has disappeared forever. But that is not what actually happens. Once full retirement age is reached, Social Security recalculates benefits and credits many of those withheld amounts back into future payments. Understanding this distinction can eliminate unnecessary anxiety and help retirees make more informed decisions about employment and retirement timing. For individuals who have not yet claimed benefits, delaying retirement remains one of the most powerful strategies available. Every additional month can increase future income. And because future cost of living adjustments are based on benefit size, larger initial benefits often produce larger future increases as well. Group 3. Americans born between 1960 and 1965. If you were born during these years, you now occupy one of the most critical positions in the retirement system. For your generation, full retirement age has officially reached 67. That means claiming benefits too early carries larger financial consequences than many people realize. The difference between claiming at 62 and waiting until full retirement age can be enormous, and the gap becomes even larger when comparing early retirement with waiting until age 70. Over a retirement lasting 20 years or more, the difference may reach hundreds of thousands of dollars in total lifetime income. That is not a small adjustment. That is a life-changing financial decision. Yet every year, many Americans file early simply because they have never seen the actual dollar impact calculated in front of them. Another little-known opportunity exists for people who delay filing beyond full retirement age. In certain situations, retroactive benefits may be available. Many future retirees never learn about this option because they never ask. Understanding all available choices before filing can significantly improve retirement outcomes. This generation also has a unique opportunity to strengthen retirement savings through enhanced contribution limits. For individuals still working, these years may represent one of the last opportunities to dramatically increase retirement account balances before leaving the workforce. The sooner action is taken, the greater the long-term impact. Group 4. Americans born in 1966 or later. If you belong to this category, you are age 60 or younger. Many people in this group believe retirement is still far away. But the decisions being made right now could determine financial security decades into the future. One of the most important actions for younger workers is verifying their earnings history. Social Security calculations rely heavily on earnings records collected throughout a person's career. Errors happen more often than people realize. Incorrect income reports, missing years, self-employment discrepancies, payroll reporting mistakes. Each error can potentially reduce future retirement benefits, and the longer those errors remain undiscovered, the harder they become to correct. That is why reviewing earnings records today is far easier than trying to reconstruct decades of employment history later in life. This generation must also pay attention to the long-term financial health of Social Security itself. Recent projections continue to raise concerns regarding future trust fund reserves. While Social Security is not expected to disappear, future reforms may affect benefit formulas, taxation, retirement ages, or other program features. For younger workers, staying informed is not optional. It is essential, because the people who pay attention early will have more time to adapt, save, and prepare. Final thoughts. The biggest Social Security mistake in America today is assuming that everyone plays by the same rules. They do not. Your birth year matters. Your retirement age matters. Your earnings history matters. Your claiming strategy matters. and the decisions you make today may affect your income for the rest of your life. Whether you are already collecting benefits, preparing to retire, or still years away from retirement, understanding the rules that apply specifically to your generation can mean the difference between financial confidence and financial regret. Take time this week to review your records, verify your information, understand your options. And never assume that someone else has already checked everything for you, because when it comes to Social Security, a single overlooked detail can cost thousands of dollars over the course of retirement, and that is a mistake no retiree can afford to make.